Hello, awesome people. My name is Mary, and I am one of your friendly librarians here in the East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. This month, we are going to be making beaded wind chimes. As per usual, the heads up that supplies are very limited on this. First come, first serve. And I would like to give a shout out to gardentherapy.ca for this idea. Alright, so the supplies you need will be a wooden dowel. If you pick this up at the library, it will have holes already drilled in it. You'll need a length of beading thread. You'll need a needle, beads, bells, a length of twine, and scissors. So go ahead and take a look at the dowel. There should be 7 holes drilled in it. There are 2 large holes on the ends. Those are going to be for your twine, which will be what you're going to hang your whole wind chime from at the end. And then the 5 smaller holes in the middle are going to be for the chimes themselves. So we'll go ahead and get started. So to start, you'll want to cut a length of that beading thread about 2-ish feet long, which will be twice the length of your dowel. Thread your needle with one end, and then tie the other end to your bell. And you'll want to make sure you tie a double knot to that bell to keep it extra secure, and then trim that extra little bit of thread off of the end. Then start threading your beads on. You can make this chime as long or as short as you want, but I recommend not going more than, say, 12 to 14 inches because you want to make sure you have a lot of tail on the end for the next step. So once you've beaded your first chime and once it's to the length that you want, you'll want to go ahead and assemble it and put it on the dowel. To do that, you'll want to push that needle through one of those small holes. And then once you've pushed the needle through the small hole, thread one more bead onto the thread so it'll be on the top of the dowel while the rest of the chime will be on the bottom of the dowel. And tie a double knot around that bead. Then, to be extra secure, you'll want to push your needle back through the hole in the dowel and back through a couple of the beads at the top of the chime, and then snip off the extra tail. You should maybe have a couple of inches depending on how long your chime is. Then repeat until you have 5 chimes total, all tied and secure to your dowel. Unless you don't want to make 5 chimes. I don't judge. Now it's time to make your hanger. So we'll start by threading your twine through one of the large holes on the end of your dowel. Make sure you're threading it so the tail of the twine is facing the same direction as your chimes are hanging down. Then tie a double knot in the twine, but if a double knot doesn't seem like it will be secure enough, you can always tie a triple knot. And then basically just repeat it on the other side. So thread it through the hole on the other end and tie a double knot or a triple knot if you need to. And that is it. So go ahead and find somewhere to hang up your new wind chime and enjoy the pretty sounds and the beautiful colors. So here are some helpful tips in putting together your wind chime. One thing you can do is make all of your chimes first before assembling them onto the dowel. If you're worried about all of the chimes being the same length, that's a really good thing you can do because you can just lay them out one next to the other. And that way, if one ends up being a little bit longer, you can put a couple of beads onto another one, and so on and so forth. One thing I learned when putting this together for myself is you want to try to put beads with larger holes near the top of the chime. When I was threading the needle back through some of those beads at the top, I almost had my needle get stuck because one of the beads up at the top had a very, very small hole and the needle almost didn't fit. Another thing is if the hanger you tied with the twine is too long and the wind chime hangs a little bit lower than you want, feel free to bunch up the twine at the center and tie a knot to shorten it up. Or you can pull on one end of the twine until the hanger is about the length that you want. Tie another double or triple knot in the twine there, and then just trim off the excess. And that's all for this. I hope you enjoyed making this. I hope you have a great rest of your summer. And always remember to stay awesome.